injury. Well, Joe Gomez is so no on a trend more. And on any no not a positive demand because he's versatile. Or to me, as a right back, or to me, as a centre back. And to another one name say and Kabina on Kafa. Unfortunately, aside injuries, so on confidence levels are dropping. He's not really confident in his abilities.
I think so. Your players there. Okoma sem chairman now team convince me so monyade. Ba ko na yi magwa. United no team mbo ni mbo pa. Joe Gomez same thing. Liverpool no team mbo ni mbo pa.
Gomez na we hwe ne ball no be fit Madrid profile.
David he has a defenders in this year.
Abu Yamra screen as well. Now this is what Enanopa newspapers across Europe where Ebola from Portugal. You ever fought Portugal, Beremo, Spain, and then we end with the big news about Bernardo Silva. Potentially, so bet me join Barcelona and I say own to me. Enti Ebola the Okani was there 2 days ago na maybe didn't come out Lucas Beltran.
Yes.
Say Benfica for no air as a likely replacement for Gonzalo Ramos. Now Oshe Ebola the Okani say Beltran enthusiasma. Now say Beltran no. Enthusiastically, he is closer to joining Benfica. Now, this is what it means. Ya contactos pelo avanzado. There's an advanced contact acoso, and there are talks between the two clubs about River Plate in Argentina. Benfica and the person almost signing on. Osha House say goleador do River Plate molto semejante a Gonzalo Ramos. There's the goal scorer and also the striker of River Plate, and they see him as a likely replacement for Gonzalo Ramos because Omobo Bono esse. Now, it's what Bionka said, term clausula de rescisão de 25 milhões, that is 25 million euros. Mas agentos admiten negado semejante a do Enzo Fernandez. Our release clause of 25 million euros. Now, Benfica for when it's what who say, boy, when how and carry an Fano, and he Benham the same trajectory as Enzo Fernandez. And what is the Enzo Fernandez? Enzo Fernandez was a River Plate player. And Omode Nicolo, defensor e Justicia, Argentina. Okobolo ne Bayern. He came to improve. When the first full season with River Plate, and on a transfer to Benfica. Benfica no cry no. When Timmy bought a full season and we bam, he won the World Cup. Bam, Chelsea ever signing for a record fee for a midfielder in excess of 100 million pounds. Omoji this omokofa we no so ba. We no so our River Plate no. I think we were in the first full season. A woman said Omokofa ne buy and he was through the River Plate ranks. But we didn't Cologne. Our Cologne Santa Fe, and also Argentina. Low no ko fire or back no and also fire. Edema a River Plate Bobo Koninti. So I'm also Cocoton said Enzo Fernandez Diana. They can add up to him, give him or showcase him to the European market, then potentially Obetimia command a bigger fee. Akonya Nebasa Omo Tona. So Benfica seriously want to do the deal. And then there is also news here from the camp of Spurs. Tottenham made it in Kwamo about Hurricane. They are looking at likely replacement, instant ones. Bakwe Wahano, a Mediterranean. Ebola, I report say Tottenham that 24 million for Taremi. Now say Tottenham at 24 million euros air for Mediterranean. Now the Iraniano a primera opção para Sukude Akane. Now say he is seen as a primary candidate. So about replacing Hurricane. So these are the two biggest stories about the front page of Ebola. Oko Ojogo Swa. Ojogo still speaks similarly to what Ebola Nekaye on Enzo Fernandez. I say Beltran da linha de Enzo. Let's say Beltran in the line of Enzo. Enzo near wine. It is Enzo Fernandez from River Plate to Benfica and a massive transfer to Chelsea. From River Plate to Benfica, Lucas Beltran. Every time follow the tracks now. What a year Ojogo and so Eka. Oba record as well. The same applies to Lucas Beltran. On my report, it said Benfica conversações pelo avançado. Nessa Benfica in conversation for a Lucas Beltrano, a drew a name avançado, which is advanced in drew anymore. Negotiable Beltran. That's the negotiations for Beltran. So Obiane reported said Benfica are very close to getting their man to replace Gonzalo Ramos, and that is Lucas Beltran. But in Cambeche say, wait no. Oh yeah, in the make of Julian Alvarez, Manchester City, young striker has an eye for goal. Otimibo as a second striker, Otimibo up top, and also on his own. So he's good to fit in a 4-3-3 formation or a 4-2-3-1. And also here, dear Roger Smith, Obo, Ewa Benfica, and Toba Beshemua, Ebefa. Then the same, Mediterranean to Tottenham, also, it has been captured here. Senior, Medin kind, Asia kind. But Hano, Omaka said, a year, Porto for no air per 30 million. Was the Tottenham was looking at 24 million. So there is a valuation or a difference of 6 million between their club Nedeba and their club no expected. And I have on passport Trubin. There's the discussions for Trubin no and their ACP. On pass no in English as a Yankaman CP. Maintain me once biaba. They are reporting here. Trubin here are not only Trubin or a goalkeeper for Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar paid 22 million. There's a Shakhtar is demanding 22 million euros for this goalkeeper. Omoni said he's the future. He's the face of Ukraine. Omo football as it stands now. And the Benfica who's also autonomy pay. That should be to send your autonomy Ederson Dema Manchester City no. We should be to command a huge transfer fee. But Benfica see come the core no. And yeah, they are name meeting the valuation of Shakhtar Donetsk. Already Medin catch us a brand away no. The agent any Interfona agree a pre-contract or bedroom for free. Benfica wants to gazump that particular deal. So see anything on the Shakhtar ne negotiate. But here, Okase clubs reunite CM Londres. There's the two clubs will have a meeting in London. No matter discuss it. The way forward for Brante Anatoly Trubin. And Oba Haswa AS was Spain. AS report said a una semana del inicio del campeonato y 3 para el cierre de traspasos. There's los clubes de la Liga solo han gastado 253 million euros. There's yaka 1 week. I may share the championship nase, and then aka 3 weeks. I may close the transfer window. Y 3 para el cierre de traspasos. No. Now the clubs in the La Liga expended in the transfer market a total sum of 253 million euros. 253 million euros. Madrid has spent more than the 19 clubs no combined because Madrid has spent 128.5 million euros. And Madrid transfer which is a branch of Jude Bellingham. Now La Liga nebi barene ko and two players so mugwa. Pau Torres is off. Ousmane Dembele is off. Of course, the French Liga, I could join Paris Saint-Germain. And Sergio Canales, and so I joined Monterrey, Mexico. So clearly, La Liga Elusu stars, and they are bringing some on board. But the concern here, and it's a almost spending, it is not even up to a quarter of what the Premier League has spent.
But Becky, as a boy, okay, what you might it seems as a La Liga, no, but yeah, you know, we see
Caicedo from, and mostly the big spenders in the league was basically Barca and Real Madrid. Maybe Atletico be able to support. Now Atletico see Casemiro, Barca see Casemiro. So it is left with just Madrid. Anything that any surprise and said Madrid are the biggest spenders in the La Liga. And even if you add the 19 clubs, or Musikonomo and Drew Madrid at the end. So a big concern at the Madrid League in what they see here. Until watch El Madrid desembolsa más 125.5 que los otros 19 equipos juntos. Equipos near the teams in the league. Then there's also here Bebeto, former Brazil striker, no, or Bob Vinicius Jr. But so I say, any day be a football mubiano, except at I say Vinicius Jr. or non so etumi enyabi. So that is here. Then Marca also about massive pressure, mass pressure on why Kylian Mbappe. See, the identity and say PSG are preparing for the next chapter with or without Mbappe. Internal normal capture tras Dembele, el equipo parisino está cerca de hacerse con el punta del Benfica Gonzalo Ramos. El club se prepara para afrontar el año sin Kylian, siga o no en la entidad. Let's say Mbappe no on now PSG for no are looking to build, though they will add more to Gonzalo Ramos. Why never? Now we are seeing Dembele, Gonzalo Ramos, and there are discussions concerning Abrante and fans Randall Colomwani. Koto as well remain to racing. Wakoto team fans said TC Racing, our mobile compete in the Formula 4. In Tianoso normal capture, I said Kutua tendrá una escuderia and Formula 4. El Gadameta says the goalkeeper, a Aquino un equipo que se la Lamara TC Ration. Bahan ana the major Jews nanka sejina. Ejina hefa ultimo intento. Ultimo intento. The final decision. And now the final ultimatum. Dear Nayeka, Paul Bernardo Silva. So the final decision on Bernardo Silva. And then they are captured here. Now, who read here? El Barça intentera logra una sesión con opción de compra del City con el OK total del futbolista. Now, as a Barca wants to step up with the Bernardo Silva operation. Now, Omo call with the option of a loan transfer and then an obligation to buy from Manchester City. Omo ria, who GDS say the footballer Bernardo Silva no I can okay to this operation from Barcelona. Maybe be church him. No sanso abaha el club blaugrana pagaría traspaso si consigue realiza otra gran venta en el mercado. Barca needs this to be very functional in the transfer market because Omo Lusubi, they will need some on board. But if so Omo Kwakotwa in the transfer market, they will need to make another major sale. And don't know capture wa. Then Gojola Esta Dispuesto a Abrile la Puerta, Pueblo Advieto, Solo Saldra, si Liga la oferta adequada. There's a Gojola and a boy naka. There is a gentleman's agreement say if any offer Sikano aya worth ne value bape, he will agree. No a Jai Bernardo Silva. I'm a City for now turning the name of club. No. But the question is, does Barca have the right offer? And is it readily available? And then the Barca command so I'm check him. There's also a caption here for Dembele. Said Dembele went to renew Barca. He was demanding 100 million euros.
100 million euros.
Yeah, for the package. Said renewal.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it was time for 4 years, a total sum of 100 million euros. Said 3 years, 100 million euros. And Barca couldn't afford it. And then the more discussions about renewal, eventually while joining Paris Saint-Germain. And then I'm also capture. I said, Barca showing him say, Frankesi, you know, I'm 12 billion, how much 12 kilos, 12 million euros. And if you are lali for no, I'm find free. I'm more turn 12 a profit and so the more Frankesi and Lancasa super double the salary. Once again, Mundo Deportivo in Spain is also reporting heavy on Bernardo Silva, Formula Bernardo. Ayer hubo cumbre de la cúpula del Barça y se acordó intentar una sesión con compra obligatoria en un año. Now, say Barca, the end say the option is 1 year loan with the option to buy. It has also been reported by Deportivo. And again, the agreement between Guardiola and Bernardo Silva, according to the Spanish media outlet, so it is also captured here. Then we order Dembele Nikesi. I say Dembele Ikesi, adios y gracias, bye bye, and thank you for your service. And that's what capture. Now you're remaining common. Barcelona Bernardo Silva on Thursday. Matteo Alemany, Deco, Omoye meeting was Ciutat de Esportiva, Barca for Omo offices. So Omo didn't come on Dembele and they discussed on Bernardo Silva and they discussed the Bernardo Silva operation for 30 minutes. On Friday, there was another big meeting at the office of Juan Laporta. Omo president, Omudin Anamatro Triguano. Juan Laporta, the president of Barca. 2, Rafael Yuste, vice president in terms of the sporting project. Then Edward Romeo, vice president in terms of the economics, the financial aspect. Juan Soler, in charge of youth football. Make sure the entire he was part of the meeting. Alejandro Echevarria, a businessman and a staunch friend and confidant of Juan Laporta. And then Deco, the technical director. Alemany was not part, but Ninsemni Inano. And then only Deco, ASR meeting now, or they can't hold the man because he's focusing on other stuff. And now we have so betting because the earlier meeting on Thursday between Alemany and Deco, no, it was on the same topic. So Deco was going to brief them on their Omopeso Omoye. Now in the meeting, I never told you, I said, they are losing Dembele. The right wing, Barca will need options to solidify that position. To Huaymo Neba Beshim, Anna Edin, Bernardo Silva, no, Ereni supreme amongst them. Now, on settling for Bernardo Silva, they looked at the sporting project. Rafael Yuste was there to offer the perspective. Deco was there to offer the perspective. Barca for no meeting and Obiaji to say it's true. Bernardo Silva faced the technical profile of player. Barca here to fulfill a more right wing, and it has been endorsed by Xavi, as communicated in the meeting. 2, the sporting project as well. He's coming as a serial winner. Bernardo Silva has won every trophy it is available at City, domestic-wise and in Europe. Watching the Champions League. Ebia they don't compete here yet. The UEFA Super Cup. So you can't judge him on that. So they believe that the mentality and then the temperament for playing the big games, it can transform the dressing room. And even some of them went further to say, boy, now come and kitan for big games. Now, so saying Dembele there. So if they are getting him to replace Dembele, it means they are getting a quality addition. So sporting-wise, they endorsed it. Then it came to the finances. Eduardo Romeo and now face Alejandro Echevarria. What can Barca offer now? Barca they are selling Dembele there. But some turn Dembele turn Caicedo. Barca can only invest 40 million euros.
Say 40 million euros.
Yes, because of any arrangement with the La Liga.
Yes.
They will need to spend a fraction of the money that they make. So they will be able to just spend 40 million euros. So it means that Barca needs to think about the Bernardo Silva operation well. Then the suggestion came, say, I don't know City for it here. See any more so we are proposing a deal. Say a person sign a boy, no, but you're penny loan with an obligation to buy at a set amount. The set amount will be based on City's valuation and in commodity negotiations. No, man, it is 80 million. Then we are able to present such an offer. And I'm moving to him say, what if City does not accept? Because one, Bernardo Silva and player City for no episode moton. They want to keep him. So what if they don't accept the loan? And that is where opinion wants to let them. So they discussed options. How many players can we sell to generate enough money? So you team nimno. Why mo na ben see a bit me twom. Inti twom selua. Ni agisi kan kakra. Na ye dey atop dey one to boost your revenue and then potentially pursue the Bernardo Silva operation. Names were suggested. So what is a Barca? In as much as Xavi wants to keep Abde El Azulia, what is a Barca are ready to listen to offers for him. One of Abde, Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres. Barca will want to move at least one of them and make money from it. And then see if they can offload some new team players to accommodate enough space to pursue the Bernardo Silva operation. That is if they want to buy outright. And that is if City rejects a more first offer, say a more per loan with an obligation to buy. So this was basically the meeting. Barca will step it up next week. It'll be a Monday, Tuesday. They will establish contact with Manchester City. And the other America say, what's it?
Over crowded say, Yashi Yama.
Are they?
That process we are.
No, but they are desperate.
But you don't watch your move.
They are desperate.
Yeah,
they need
now
it.
No,
but the boy wants to join. Let me explain it that angle. So. I'm gonna try last year. They are trying again. And they think that to some extent, they are being a city to free Bernardo Silva. Exactly.
And two push here, but a wheel.
It's kind of. So that is what was discussed. So next week, Monday, Tuesday, they want to establish first contact and see how far things will go.
Oh, now for
into you who send in your man. And so basically, oh, I would love Bernardo Silva to join Barca. Only BBI will see TV.
Okay.
And the next step when they carry him, it is only Barca that can give it to him.
The woman say, on the Sakoria come do Chepao. Yeah, do a common breed me bad, but reply the ultimate fans. Barca won't share the chance, yes, about. Some players would have a sooner for to be more.
Said desperation and then poor planning. But we know their planning has been solid under Laporta in the last 2 seasons.
What be there for Anto easy? Tactics are not what they talk.
What's that normal panel as a short gap way? Ebia obeshim to improve. What's all about January? No, it's quite funny. You need some of that. They said man you need wear ghost. Maybe they said man you wear ghost. On your ideal signing. Yeah. But in many years no here. I hope you get it. Sana Barca Ferran Torres any year. I hope you get it. But a buy and share down 5. Say I'm gonna be so here. This Wolves boy Adam Traore. It was a short-term fix. You hear the idea there. You send your man's way. Sana Barca the NTA. And in the case of Bernardo Silva, no, Trust me, sporting wise, it makes a lot of sense. Maybe a boy in a person will call one in next away now. Barca can give it to him.
And a Man City for your mind is been negotiating for loan deal.
Oh, they can.
Very my score.
Bibi abet me.
I'm now for the Barcelona for that.
Bibi abet me. Now, this is the personal aspect of the Bernardo Silva deal. Osha screen is what. On Wednesday, there was a farewell party there. City players Nankasa Cabo organized them, Riyad Mahrez, and then OK Gundogan. And the players Nene or Marco Dunquio number be. Now this is a branch here friend is Bernardo Silva and your friend Ines Tejana Onyem. Now Ines, every no on ne Gundogan, on also your friend is Sarah Apaui or your TV presenter. The two of them are the best of friends. Gundogan here and Bernardo Silva. It's a Becca Ekununum Crabum. Now Bernardo Silva and Gundogan, they are very close. And Bernardo Silva has engaged Gundogan about Barca. After this party, I know we posted it to on Instagram. Say, goodbyes are never easy. I'll miss them so much. I'll see you soon. I know they love emoji and swear they count. What does this mean? I'll see you soon. It could mean so many things.
My dream is Man City in the PSG, Barcelona Bishia. About Champions League, my team Bishia.
And then, it could also mean, say, she will likely visit Barcelona and visit Gundogan and then and now say they are planning on relocating to Barca, where Bernardo Silva plays for Barca, not only Gundogan and in transfers like this, Emmanuel also they play a part. You can never separate family from some of these decisions. Bernardo Silva free him or a Portuguese moving to Spain, it is not difficult for them. And settling in the culture, it can happen. Although said the chance. Minimal, but be a bit messy.
Bernardo Silva to Barca.
Yeah. Yeah, if it happens, I'll be very happy. A weekend City and allows for competition in the Premier League to grow. Then two, a strengthened Barca and then enhances the competitive level in Spain.
And I did.
Then the players' aspirations, personally and professionally, Barca can guarantee that. Player Biada so no matter what, and found how low these two clubs have sunk, Barcelona and then Real Madrid. Player Biada so Benya club ni biabo. Player Bia when is what will be from especially the Latinos, Ufi South America, Ufi Portugal, to play for Barca, to play for Real Madrid, prestigious. The boy now personal ambitions, he will love to join such a project. Don't rule it out. So clearly, media minya yembrem. Na City for na who then so asonte. Na Emma the other clubs no more person more challenge. Liverpool, Man U, Chelsea mo almost want to mean catch up kakra. Me Arsenal, from Arsenal part. Then na ensanso kwasha Barca team ni mo kena. Na move to mean fight Madrid on all front because the project now Madrid they run and if Barca don't catch up. Gap ni mubewa and it will be problematic. La Liga ni munyede. So for the good of the game, for fair competition, it should happen. Player be your quality biya or join a Barca mepe. Mbappe dey kan am person omo si echire but ene na amfa.
Mbappe dey no.
Yeah.
Oh bet ma league.
Dey Madrid bet na ya ma Mbappe no. Barca can do same.
Oh yenim. But am ko dey.
World best ana.
Biggie. Say Barcelona for the PSG for a fiber.
Almost said that you're fine.
Okay.
Now, only the other one the belly deal. They better acquire the medical say we. Almost change documents. But I'm falling for documents in Uncoy.
Oh, I say the man's almost over the call.
Almost the back, but I'm not saying.
Almost over the call.
But it should have happened this weekend. The ACC Koi. It means that Dembele's the formality of Dembele will only be available maybe on Monday. ndo mo ntemu ngo sa
oh but still o metimi anu papi o hodo mo koro mo koto
iskani
oh skakra de to aba fresh na da unibi o pe Bernardo Silva la ba diki adero enye smooth abi o say Real Madrid kono Man City for us be person be ma we at now.
Yeah, City have that in mind. I hope you get it. Say they want to keep Bernardo Silva at all costs, and Bernardo Silva will be free in 2025. Into account 2 years. But City are also in a very delicate situation. Okay, so Omane bought for this year. Now last year, a year 1 year on his contract. How do you go about it? A 10 value, so City can have him in the short term, but they will lose him eventually. So they can be smart about it. And the Embro Pep say he will lose a key player. Pep Guardiola or Man City, the Embro say he will lose a key player. He always finds a way out. In as much as he will keep players on my bony team no my idea. But if Olusua not because Obehus and Obesa, and that is how come City have evolved all this while. They have lost certain key components in their squad. Omulusu company. Nobody thought say a player like Ruben Diaz beba. Even before Ruben Diaz, Laporte Moboy Kakra. Now Netanake and Emmanuel Akanji have solidified City back line. Exactly the point. So they always evolve. They will find a way to cope without Bernardo Silva. If they lose him, it will not be the end of City. True or false? Because the City project hinges more on the coach than players. City, they understand it here. And more of the coach than players. Xavi Adiano also here no. Watch I say in as much as only you good no. He needs certain personalities to make sure say the project no you know and move CP. So clearly he needs Bernardo Silva.
Some don't need baby out.
Some don't need baby out.
Double this cabigi. Yeah, baby out.
Aside them, you see, Barca issue no. It is not about Yeniska. They can do some machinations and engineer some money. But the issue will be that I was more register.
I say the man say I'm register 30 play na me know film for the 11.
Yeah. Or they'll the Sikana Bano for the Dembele anyway. I'm the registration for new players no signing Inigo Martinez, Aurora Miomo. I'm register. Then they'll also register the renewed players. It is obviously. Or they will do it. Why you should fear Barca? And they say they always. Oh, to help their defense.
Defense here also. Yeah. It came to a point I was when I was center backs 5.
And found.
No, Babigi. Oh, no, as I don't go tactics.
On your necessity.
They are strategic.
Oh, yeah, on your necessity. But it's a player that they wanted the last 10. And if it's available now, they go for him. Oh, they'll go for him.
Club like Madrid. Yeah, no, yes, I mistake.
Once they drew stage B last season, maybe you didn't really notice. In as much as Barca stocking up almost central defense one. I'm going to pray man now Marcos Alonso and a ball. So in as much as more numbers no, more players with a checkered injury history. Chelsea boy way and Christensen ultimately winning Toniso. Kunde or you robust, but our certain muscle injuries be at me at any time. Then Araujo. And so you're really a player or you're consistent for a period. The durability no, a questionable kakra. And because of to me born the right in it. So Barca will still need central defenders because coach didn't trust Eric Garcia. And that was why Marcos Alonso was playing as a left centre back when Eric Garcia at the bench. Barca will always find a way. Barcelona no, they will always find a way.
I won't find a way. Bye. As your wife, chum, if there's all team no crying, there is all more malam coach.
But my mom pet striker, more bet Shemopa. Say, more person will main go a year way no a Vinicius. It will be difficult.
No, it will never be Vinicius.
And you're Monto Mbappe.
Okay.
Monto Mbappe.
A better PR for Freya Payacho and Sanayato.
You heard about
Ombe Freya Payacho and Sanayato. Sanya Piano.
You heard about
but there's trouble you can create his own scabat. Bibiani Abutre.
I said one of my says to me for no to me or roll cover the father.
If there's all more free, CM Brana.
So, or make my member, some no clubs, it be so. Benye, me catch me 2 clubs will we are say Barca, Real Madrid. On your mood delay, they will always find a way to pay you back.